One of the hardest parts of the twin flame journey is not just what you think, it's what you feel. Because even when you start to question the connection, even whenever you begin to understand it differently, the intensity doesn't just disappear. It still feels strong, it still feels real, and it still feels like something you can't ignore. So the question becomes, why does this feel this way? The intensity that you feel often comes from emotional activation. This connection has a way of bringing multiple emotional layers to the surface all at once: desire, fear, hope, uncertainty. And when all of those emotions are activated together, the experience becomes amplified. So it doesn't feel like a normal connection, it feels overwhelming, not because it's meant to last forever, but because it's activating parts of you that haven't been fully seen before. Your nervous system plays a major role in how intense this connection feels. So when you experience moments of closeness followed by distance, your system becomes highly engaged. You feel a surge of emotion when they're present, and a drop when they're not. So the contrast creates a loop. Your body begins to associate the person with emotional highs, and it starts to crave that feeling, not because it's stable, but because it's stimulating. There's a psychological pattern called intermittent reinforcement. So, guys, this happens when something is given to you inconsistently. So sometimes you receive attention, sometimes you don't. And that unpredictability actually strengthens attachment because your mind is constantly trying to figure it out, trying to get back to the moment when it felt good. And this pattern is one of the strongest drivers of emotional intensity. And it's often present in twin flame dynamics. So the intensity also comes from the meaning we attach to the connection. And when you believe something is rare, special, or destined, your emotional investment increases. You pay more attention to it, you think about it more, you feel more deeply. And over time, that meaning amplifies the experience. It's not just a connection anymore, it becomes something significant in your mind. So, for many people, this connection also taps into deeper emotional memory. So, experiences from earlier in life, moments where love felt uncertain, where attention felt inconsistent, and where connection felt something that you had to earn. And when those patterns are activated again, your body responds in a very familiar way, even if your mind doesn't fully understand why. You see, the intensity you feel is not random, it's connected to something deeper. When all of these layers come together, emotional activation, nervous system response, psychological patterns, and personal meaning, the experience feels incredibly real because it is real. The feelings are real, the impact is real, but the intensity doesn't always mean the connection is meant to last. Sometimes it means something inside of you is asking to be understood, to be seen, to be healed. So if you've ever wondered why it feels so strong, why it's so hard to let go, or why it stays with you even when you try to move forward, it's not because you're meant to chase it. It's because something within you has been activated. And once you begin to understand that, the intensity starts to make sense. And when it makes sense, it becomes something that you can finally begin to move through. So, if this helped you understand your experience a little more clearly, this is where the deeper work begins: learning how to regulate your emotions, understanding your patterns, healing what's been activated. If you're ready for that, I invite you to subscribe and continue this journey with me, because this isn't just about how or why it feels so real. It's about learning how to come back to yourself. And I'll see you guys in the next video.